So first of all, let's have a recap of what all has been done in the previous session. So we had two sessions previously. Okay. So these are the different topics that we covered in our previous sessions. I could see that there are a lot of new participants. Okay. So I'll be going through the recap of what has happened. Okay, for who has not joined earlier. And before that, I just want to understand like I always do this. It's kind of like a personal introduction so that I get to know the people like from which background they are. So why? Because we are dealing with automation testing, which requires a little bit of programming knowledge and a little bit of manual testing expertise as well. So I just want to understand like what are the various backdrops of each and every individual who has joined this course so that we can plan and design the course structure accordingly. All right, go ahead and please introduce yourselves and let me know like what was your previous experience, whether you're graduates or you're looking for a job change in your current organization or how it is.
Hi,
Yeah,
I am
yeah.
here. I am did BCom.
Okay. So you're done with your BCom and you're searching for a job right now. Is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's good then. So you have chosen automation testing for that, and that's very good. So basically we are going to cover everything from the scratch in this course, so even if you're not that good at programming also you do not have to worry because we have everything covered in this course. But let me tell
Okay,
you that we will be requiring core Java knowledge for automation testing. All right, so when
okay,
we are working with Selenium, yeah, we are going to do it with Java as well. So we require core
okay,
Java knowledge also as part of the course, and we'll also be requiring few manual testing fundamentals.
okay,
Okay,
okay. Thank
all
you.
that will be covered as part of this. So yeah, thanks for the introduction. Yeah, thank you. Yes, you
Hi.
can go ahead and introduce yourselves. If you have if you have any trouble with the mic, you can also type it in the chat section so that I'll go ahead and read it.
Hello. Hi.
Yes, yes.
Hi. This is Anil Kumar. I did my graduation in BTech CSC. Currently, I'm a job seeker right now. That's all.
Okay, okay, that's good. All right. So we have a lot of graduates. Okay. So
Yes.
all right, and I guess anyone else is left. Yeah. How about Pawan? So Pawan, is this your first session? Pawan, I'm not sorry. Sorry, it's not Pawan, it's Pavani. So Pavani, is this your first session? So can we have a quick introduction? Okay. So what is your previous background experience? That have you worked on testing before, or is this your first job experience? Are you recently graduated? Okay. The reason for me to do this is because it also makes ourselves to introduce to each other, and I can frame the design structure of the course by because we'll be having different people joining for this course session, right? So we'll have experienced folks, we'll have non-experienced folks, okay? So we'll have someone experienced in manual testing and they want to move into automation testing, okay? And we might have someone who's working in development and now they want to move into testing. So there are various phases who want this course. Okay. Yeah, as you already have experience and wanted to learn this course, have manual testing experience. Yeah, just like how I was talking. Okay. So we have different people from different backgrounds joining this course. So I just want to understand the majority. Okay, I just want to understand the majority so that we could go ahead and plan and proper schedule in that way. So based on what I have seen, all are most of the people are graduates. Okay, so I'll be covering the fundamentals. Okay, you do not have to worry. Okay, so we'll be covering, as I said, or this is an automation testing course which you're going to learn, but that doesn't mean that you can directly start learning automation without the knowledge of manual testing. No, automation testing is a subset of manual testing. So automation testing arised from manual testing. Okay, so if someone says that you do not need to have any knowledge of manual testing, then they are entirely wrong. Okay, so the basic essentials of manual testing, okay, the minimum essential details of manual testing I'll be giving you as part of this course. All right, okay then, let's begin with our today's session. Yeah, whoever is not talking can go on mute. all right, so that we could avoid the disturbances. So as you can see, this is the course content. Okay, this is the course content of our Selenium course. Okay, so we are going to cover everything related to Selenium that we are going to cover are placed as part of this course content. Okay, you can go through this course content. Okay, so basically I'll be uploading. Okay, I'll be uploading each and everything in Drive for you guys like this. Okay, so I have all the contents as you can see. Okay, so I'll be having a doc which is related to core Java programming. So all our core Java fundamentals which we are going to go through as part of our course. Okay, I have it documented. Okay, so as I said, if you want to work with Selenium, we need Java. Okay, so the first thing is whenever I say we need Java, okay, there is a fear in a lot of people who are from the non-programming background. Okay, like people from manual testing, okay, doesn't require any automation knowledge, that is people from manual testing doesn't require any programming knowledge, so now they want to move to automation from manual. Okay, so what are the essentials that they have to learn as part of core Java? Okay, so that we will be discussing. And one more thing is, when I say core Java, right, so we should know from where to start and where to end, right? Because Java is a vast subject. If you pick up a Java textbook, you'll understand how many topics you could find in Java. There is no end to Java. Okay, you can spend years and years and still you'll always find that there is something new to learn in Java. Okay, so that is the reason our concentration should be that we should not get lost while learning Java. So that is the reason I picked only those topics which are going to help us in automating Selenium. That's it. So if you are good with these topics, these core Java fundamentals, then you can go ahead and automate Selenium without any difficulty. Okay, why I did this? Why I picked the essential topics out of the core Java textbook, so that we will know from where to start and where to end. That is very important. Why? Because you definitely can't swim the entire ocean, right? So we should know what is a particular division on where, from where we have to start and where we have to end. All right. So next we are also going to talk about frameworks. As you can see, JUnit, Test, and J, all these are Selenium related frameworks. Okay, these frameworks, okay, are going to help you. As you can see, the framework session, okay, keyword driven, hybrid driven. Okay, so all these frameworks are going to help you to understand how frameworks are created in real time. Okay, and by this end of this course, okay, you will be able to create your own framework. Okay, you will be able to create your own framework and also implement it. Looks like someone is not able to hear me. Gokulnath is not able to hear me. Is that the case with everyone, or others are able to hear me? Can anyone confirm? Gokulnath, looks like others are able to hear me, but there's a problem with your speakers. I guess maybe you can try to turn the volume up, or you can rejoin. Okay, so as I was telling, frameworks is a very important part, as you know. Okay, in automation testing, okay, when you're working with Selenium, okay, every organization is going to follow a pattern or a framework. Okay, so you should also, frameworks is again an advanced level. Okay, this is not a beginner or an amateur level. Okay, so framework, if you are able to design a framework, then that means that you are at an advanced level using Selenium. Okay, why? Because framework involves a lot of concepts from core Java. Okay, as well as you have to have the complete knowledge on Selenium commands. All right, so that is when you are going to actually design a framework. So designing framework is an advanced level topic. Okay, so by the end of this course, okay, by the end of this course, you will be able to design a framework pattern and follow the current framework patterns which are being followed in the organizations. Okay, and why is that? Why? Because we are going to focus our entire course structure in terms of real time. So when I say real time, you will be hearing this term a lot. Real time knowledge. We are going to give you real time knowledge, real time expertise. So what is actually this term real time? Okay, so basically I have been working more than 6 years in automation by now. Okay, and I have been into different organizations. So before stepping into automation, I have worked with manual testing. So okay, so I was a manual test engineer first, and then I have moved to automation. So that makes it even more easier for me to frame this course. Why? Because I, as a manual test engineer, did not have any knowledge on what automation was, okay, or even on programming. Okay, so after moving into automation, I knew what were the difficulties. From being a manual test engineer, when you move to automation, I know what are all the difficulties that I have faced. Okay, so that is the reason I have framed this course in a very simplistic manner. Okay, so that everyone could understand it from the basic level. Okay, so when I moved into automation, I did not have any knowledge on Selenium, but yet here I am again. Okay, I am teaching folks who when actually there was a moment when I thought if I could learn this course. Okay, so as I said, it was not that easy, but I found my own way on learning Selenium. All right, so that helped me in framing this course in a simplistic approach. All this course content you are able to see. Okay, that is a result of that. Okay, I have placed only those topics which are going to place. This is going to make Selenium very easy for you as part of this course. All right. So all I need is come with a free mind. Okay, to the course. Okay, don't listen to what you might have heard. Okay, because this is what I'm telling you based on the personal experience. Okay, some might tell, okay, if you're choosing Selenium, you need programming. Okay, programming might be hard on you. Okay, we might not know the logics. Okay, programming is not my cup of tea. Okay, so leave all that aside. Okay, and come with an open mind, and I'm sure that I'll be able to instill all the knowledge that I have today. And in this 6 or 7 years of span in me working with automation, I was able to work with different organizations. Okay, which was a blessing. Why? Because in each organization, I was able to find the different ways they used to deal with Selenium. Okay, and coming to Selenium, Selenium is an open source tool, so you have to understand that every organization is going to treat Selenium differently. That is, each organization will have their own framework. Okay, you will not find the same framework in one organization to another organization. Okay, they will design their own. Each organization is going to design their own framework. Okay, so I have worked with many organizations. Okay, so luckily I have also been placed in different interview panels. Okay, so that is how I came up with this set of interview questions, as you can see. All right. So I have the Selenium interview questions doc, okay, which consists of all the interview questions which were personally handpicked, okay, from my experience. Okay, so I have been, as I said, I've been into many interview panels. So I have personally handpicked all these interview questions, and this will help you. Okay, this will help you as a quick reference guide before you go for interviews. Okay, let it be a job change internally, or maybe you might be looking for an fresh job. As you said, many people are graduates. Okay, so it is going to help you a lot. And here are the resumes, that sample resumes that we have created. Okay, which are going to help you if you are going to, claim that you have worked already with Selenium for 2 years. Our course is going to give you such a confidence that you can keep in your resume that you have already been working with Selenium for 2 years. That's the assurance. All right, that's the amount of confidence level you're going to reach with the Selenium course that we are going to learn as part of this course structure. All right, so once you are done with this course contents, okay, once you are done learning all the entire course contents which are present here, that is by the end of our course, all right, you will be able to successfully claim in your resume that you have already worked with Selenium for two years. That confidence level you definitely achieve out of this course. All right, so as I said, next, everything which is framed here is in terms of real-time knowledge. Okay, everything that I have experienced when I was working with Selenium in my organizations, what were the difficulties, how to overcome those difficulties. Okay, so when I'm teaching this course to you, I'll be teaching it in terms of organization standards only. How are the scripts maintained in real time? Okay, how are the frameworks organized in real time? Okay, how do you actually use the Selenium tool in real time? What are the difficulties you might face in the real time? Okay, what are the interview questions? When I'm discussing the course content itself, when we're going through the course material, okay, I'll stop and I'll let you know which will be an interview question, so that you can immediately make a note of what we are discussing. Every topic that we are going to cover will have interview questions. Okay, so Everything and anything that we are going to discuss is definitely a part of something which you are going to work when you enter an organization. All right. So we are not going to waste our time on theoretical concepts which are not going to help you on the real time basis. All right. So this is in short of our course. Okay. And coming to the course contents, right? As you can see, I have everything documented right from the scratch. Nothing is left out. Everything is documented. And we will be also discussing about advanced topics like Jenkins. What is Jenkins? What is continuous integration and continuous development? That is CI/CD model. Why are we going to use that in organization? And as I said, we will also be going through manual testing fundamentals. Okay, so we do not have to do that as part of automation testing course. Okay, even if I don't cover the manual testing basics, no one is going to ask me why you're not covering manual testing basics. It's not part of our course, but still I do not want to leave the fundamentals. Why? Because fundamentals are the base. So for people who are not that sure with manual testing, okay, if you directly join the automation testing course and if you want to learn Selenium from the scratch, I understand that you'll face some difficulties when you're going to the job interviews. All right. Why? Because there are few fundamentals that you have to learn as part of manual testing. Okay, so I do not want to leave that behind. That is the reason I will cover only those fundamentals that are required, okay, as part of our automation testing course in regards to manual testing. All right, so next, Maven integration. Also, what is Maven, why we are going to use Maven, everything we are going to discuss. All these are advanced topics. Okay, Jenkins, Mavens, all these are advanced topics. And then these are the Selenium course content. Okay, and you also have Selenium links. Okay, all the links that are going to help you download everything related to Selenium. Okay, I have placed it in one document and I'm going to share it with you. Okay, and then you have the resumes. Okay, and then the class notes. Each day we are going to discuss, okay, about Selenium, and all that notes are already documented. Okay, so that I'll be sharing these notes with you. Okay, so you can go through these notes on daily basis. And then here you have the interview testing documents. Okay, so all the interview questions and everything related to testing, you have all the questions at one shot over here. There might be nearly 57 questions if I'm not wrong. Okay, so yeah, you have nearly 57 questions. So going through those 57 questions without fail, without leaving a single question, okay, you will be able to answer anything, okay, related to Selenium as far as it is for 2 years of experience. All right, and then I also noted down few websites where you can practice Selenium also, and we will be practicing Selenium on real-time applications. Okay, so I do not understand why people have a different project, okay, or a different course saying that we are giving live demo, okay, or we are going to give live project. Okay, that live project should be a part of a generic course. I do not know why they keep it separately. Okay, so that is the reason we are not going to work on sample. We are not just going to work on sample websites. Okay, we are also going to work on real-time applications also. Okay, so the SpiceJet is, as you know, this is a real-time application. When I say what real-time, what it is, an application which has already been live. Okay, so SpiceJet is already live. Okay, we'll be testing it on our classes. We have examples where we are going to test on SpiceJet, Amazon, Google. Okay, all these are the different websites that we are going to use as part of our course, so that it will give you the confidence to automate any real-time web application. All right, going forward. So this is going to be our course agenda. And next comes the question that how am I going to share all these contents with you? We have a lot of course contents. Okay, now how am I going to share all these contents with you? So in this again, if you see, okay, so we are maintaining a document. Okay, I'll maintain a document for each batch. As you can see, this is our batch document. Okay, so in this document, I'll be maintaining the topics day wise. Day wise, what are all the topics that we have created? Okay, and what are all the topics that we have finished? Okay, will be noted down over here. Why? Why are we doing this? So that it behaves like a tracker. Okay, so when we are reaching towards the end of our course sessions, okay, we can go through this tracker and understand what are all has not been discussed till now. Okay, so this is really helpful document. All right, so every day our course progress will be tracked by this document. And the next day, we are going to open this document and go through the topics that we have already covered as a recap so that it will refresh our memory on the topics that we have discussed. All right, so this is the document that we are going to maintain as a tracker document. And then for each batch, okay, for each batch, I will be having a specific Gmail ID like this. Okay, and as you can see, all the students, okay, all my previous students, okay, this is what I follow, right? So from the day one, when we start programming, okay, from the day one, when we start programming, I start giving assignments. So what are these assignments? Assignments are nothing but the program that we worked on that particular day. Okay, I will be giving you an assignment program based on the concept that we have covered on that particular day. Nothing out of what we have covered. Okay, only on the concepts of what we have covered on that particular day. And I want you to finish the assignment before we start the next session. Only then I'll be starting my next session. I'll be very particular about the assignments. All right. Why? Because assignments are very important. Hands-on experience is very, very important with Selenium. Without hands-on experience, all right, without hands-on experience, you are not going to succeed in learning Selenium. All right. That is the reason I would say, even though there is 60% effort from my side, 40% of effort should definitely be from your side. Okay, those assignment programs which I'm going to give are not going to take more than 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, so it will be easy, but I want everyone, okay, to perform and practice the assignment which I give and send it to me like this before we start the next session. Okay, and as I said, I'll be very particular about the assignments. Only when I get the assignments from everyone, I'll be starting my next session. Okay, so and then once we are done with these demo sessions, okay, so I will be creating a folder like this in a Google Drive. Okay, so I have a Google Drive for each specific batch again. So in this Google Drive, I'm going to upload the scripts which we are going to work on daily basis. So if, for example, we practiced a core JavaScript, I'll upload the core JavaScript immediately in this core Java folder for you guys to take it as a reference. You can download the script from here, take it as a reference and practice your assignment. All right. The same way for Selenium also. When we start Selenium scripting, I'll be uploading all the scripts onto the drive so that you can download the script of that particular day, take the reference out of it and practice your assignment. Okay. So why are we actually doing assignments? Why? Because this is programming. Initially, when you are trying to learn programming for the first time, okay, you have to practice every day. You have to have constant touch with programming. Okay, if you are not practicing it, you'll not get it, even though you understand. Okay, whatever I might say in the class you might understand, but if you do not apply, okay, if you do not apply and if you do not practice, that will leave your mind. All right, and then the Selenium notes section. We'll have the Selenium notes section in which I'll be uploading all the course contents which are related to the Selenium. Okay, that everything will be placed in Selenium notes section here, and these will be shared with each and every student. All right, and then we have the Selenium jars section also. Okay, this is where I'm going to upload. Okay, all this is related to programming. Okay, all these jars are related to programming, and you need all these jars in order to configure Selenium. All right, so in order to work with Selenium, what are all the essentials that you need? Okay, everything I'll be providing right from the scratch. What are the jar files you need, where you have to download, how you have to configure Selenium. Okay, what is the procedure of downloading and installing and getting started with Selenium? Everything from the scratch, okay, will be given to you as part of this course. Okay, so okay, so are these latest versions? Okay, so definitely we are going to work only with the latest versions in our course. Okay, So why? Because we have to be updated with the market, current market trend. As I said, everything is going to be basis of real time. Okay, so what the current organizations are using, that is what we are also going to use as part of this course. All right, so you do not have to worry about the versions. We got everything covered. We'll be teaching you only the latest versions. Okay, so we'll also discuss about what were the old versions also. I'll not leave that part as well. That is the reason if you go here in the course content, you might have observed that in the WebDriver section, I have placed two versions, 2.0 and 3.0. Okay, why did I do that? 3.0, okay, that is third version, is the latest version for WebDriver and what it is being used by all the organizations. Okay, but 2.0 was an older version. We will also see a sample script in 2.0 also. Why? So that you'll understand, okay, you'll understand what were the differences, okay, which were bought through the newer version compared to the older version. Okay, so you want to know the difference also, right? So why? Because someone wants to claim that they have worked for 2 years of 2 years with Selenium. Okay, they should also know. Okay, when they work for 2 years with Selenium already, they should also know what the older version did and what the current version is doing. That is the reason we will also make you understand the differences between the older version and the newer version right now. Okay, so that is how it is going to be. Okay, and this is going to be a daily practice. All right, so don't worry about it. It will be fun, definitely. Why? Because you will start making it an habit. All right, so we'll complete a program. I'll immediately give you an assignment. Okay, and you'll send me the assignment. I will review the assignment. I will go through each and every assignment which you send. It is not just like that I'm asking you to send the assignments. No, I will review the code. I will go through each and every assignment of what you are sending. Okay, so that I will understand how you are actually coding. Okay, are you following the actual programming practices or not? I will review it and I'll let you know if there are any mistakes. And obviously when you are working, okay, and when you are practicing is when you'll have doubts. Okay, why? Because see, as you can see, you'll have doubts like this. Okay, I was able to perform the program till certain area, and after that I was not able to perform the program. Okay, so you will have doubts like this. Okay, so I work with so and so and I am not able to go further. Okay, so you will have doubts only when you work with the programs. Okay, the doubts is what I'm looking for, right? Because if you get the doubts in the initial phase, okay, that is really good, right? Because that means that you are getting to learn something. All right, so that's it, guys. That is how we are going to go forward. All right, so today, as I said, I will give you a quick recap of what just happened. Okay, what are all that we have covered. Okay, so those who have already joined the course, okay, those who have already been there for the past two sessions, okay, I gently ask them to be patient. Why? Because I'm going to go through the topics once again. Okay, for the people who have newly joined. All right, so please be patient, and we'll start off with our actual course agenda. Okay, from tomorrow. Okay, it is going to be continuously. I'm not going to give a recap from tomorrow again. Okay, so this is going to be our last recap. All right, so please try to understand what has been discussed till now, and we'll also be giving you the recordings of the previous sessions. Okay, so I'm just going to give you an overview. This is like an overview of what just happened till now. Okay, our technical team will also be giving you the videos. Okay, where in the video sessions, if you go through those video sessions, I strongly advise you to go through those videos. Why? Because in the videos you'll have elaborated discussion of what I am talking about here. Okay, the topics that I have mentioned here, right? I have elaborately spoken about each and every topic. So all that you can go through in that video, okay, and you will be able to understand what is each and every topic that is being discussed over here. All right, so before joining the next session, I suggest you guys go through that particular video. There is one video that is only the previous session. If you go through the previous session video, that would be enough, which would be for 50 minutes. Okay, so that would be a good video for you to understand the fundamentals. And when you ask me if we have covered a lot, maybe is it too late for me to join the course? No, Definitely not. Why? Because we have still not yet started anything related to programming or anything related to automation. All right, we have just gone through some of the theory parts and introductions. All right, so you have not missed much. You have not really missed anything. All right, so just go through that one video which has happened before to this class, and you will be good. All right. So what is all that we have discussed? We have discussed how a test case document is. Yes, definitely. As I said, both the recordings would be available for you. Okay. Each session, any session, okay, going forward, any session that we are going to have as part of this batch, okay, it will be recorded and it will be shared with you. All right. There will be recording available for each and every batch, for each and every session. So I do not actually get your name. Can you tell me what your name is? Because here all I could see is IAH space G. You can type your name maybe in the chat section. All right. So okay. So it's Aya, is it? Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong or if I'm spelling it wrong. Sorry. Yeah, it's Aya. All right. Yes, Aya, you will be getting the recordings. Don't worry about that. Okay. For any class that we are going to go discuss going forward, you will be having the recordings. Okay, but I strictly suggest that no one misses out the classes in the initial phase. All right. Why? Because even though if you miss the class, you'll have a recording. Okay, but I'd not suggest anyone to miss the class in the earlier phase. Why? Because that is when we are going to cover the fundamentals. As I said, if you're good with the fundamentals, then going ahead, okay, practicing the advanced concept, it is going to be very easy. Working with the advanced concept gets easy only when you're good with the fundamentals. All right, so don't miss out on the fundamentals. So what are all we have discussed till now? Okay, we have seen how a test case document looks like. Let us quickly open a test case document. So test case document, why do we actually need a test case document? Okay, so how does a testing process originate? How do we start testing of any web application? Okay, it comes, all the story begins from there. All right, so that is something we call it as software testing lifecycle, STLC. All right, so what is STLC? STLC has all the steps and protocols that you have to do whenever a web application is given to you. All right, so when you have time, all right, when you have time, I'm anyways going to upload, I'm going to create a Gmail ID which is going to be specific to your batch, and I'm going to give it to you shortly. All right, so once the demo sessions are done, I'm going to give you the Gmail ID where we are going to use it for our daily interactions. All right, and then what are we going to do? What are we going to do over there? So in that Gmail ID, I'll create a drive where I'm going to share all these drive contents. And next, this manual testing document, right, has all the vital information that I'm going to discuss as part of manual testing. All right. So please go through this document so that you'll understand what SDLC is, DLC is. Okay. How do we actually a software is built? As you can see, this is the SDLC, as I said. Okay, so any software that you pick that is being developed today, okay, will follow these 6 phases. Without this, without following this, there is not even a single software that you can develop. Okay, so definitely you have to go through all these 6 phases. All right, when you develop a software. So now read this. What is that? Requirement phase, analysis phase, design phase, coding phase, testing phase, and finally delivery and maintenance. Okay. As you can see, our picture, our motto starts at the testing phase. Okay. So what are the other phases here? Requirement phase, analysis phase. So try to understand one thing. Whenever an application is given to you, for example, let us say, let us take this spicejet.com. Okay, so this is, what is this? This is a website where you can book, you make your ticket bookings for your flights. All right, so this is a flight booking application. So requirement phase, first of all, if they give a software for you to test, if they give a particular application for you to test, okay, so they are giving this spicejet.com, okay, and they are asking you to test. What is the first step you are going to do in order to test? You are a tester in an organization. Forget about manual, automation, whatever it is. They are asking you to test an application. What is the first thing that you got to do? Okay, let me put this. Put the question this way. Against what you are going to test an application?
It is working or not? It is
Yes.
logging.
Yes, it is working or not. It is logging in or not. All that. Yes, everything is fine. But against what you are going to test all that? It is working or not. You are saying right. Very good. How do you get to the conclusion that it is working or not?
When I'm open,
Requirements.
Exactly. Requirement. So if someone who has worked with manual testing would be able to easily answer this question. So requirements. First of all, if I have to conclude this application is working, how will I able to do that? First of all, I should know how this application was built, on basis of what requirement this was built. For example, I'm clicking on this one way button. I'm clicking on this leaving from. I'm going to click on Bengaluru. I'm going to select Hyderabad, let's say. I'm selecting some date. I'm clicking on find flights. It has taken me to the next page. Is this behavior expected or not? How do you know? Unless you have a document supporting that. Right? Yes or no? So this might not be the actual scenario. As soon as I click on find flights, maybe it should not take me to the next page. Who knows? How can you conclude that? You can conclude that only when you have the document saying that this is what the client needs. So understand that we are going to build an application for our clients. Okay, our clients might be anyone. For example, now we are working in a software company. Someone from outside comes with a proposal. He is the client. Okay, someone from outside comes with a proposal saying, okay, we need you to build an application that can make flight bookings, and we are going to name that application as SpiceJet. Okay, so that is his first requirement. So then the business analyst, okay, the BA, every organization will have a business analyst team. Their job is to sit with the client, okay, and now jot down all the requirements that he needs as part of the application. Okay, so you require a flight booking application. All right, we'll design that. What are all the features you need as part of this flight booking application? That is, can the customers do round trip booking? Can the customers do one-way booking? Okay, and when the customers are actually selecting the destinations, that is Bangalore, Hyderabad. Okay, let us say they select Bangalore, Hyderabad, and they select a date. Okay, so is it compulsory for them to select a currency, or it is not mandatory? All this, each and every detail, every small detail will be noted down and it will be documented. Why? Because if this selecting the currency was mandatory, then what it should do, it should not allow me to click on this find flights button unless and until I select an option here. Since it is non-mandatory field, I am able to click on find flights button and it's taking me to the next page. You got it? So all this information will be available with you in terms of documents. What are those documents? That is called FSDs or BRDs. That is business requirement documents, okay, and functional specification documents. So first, always remember this. Whenever we have an application or someone gives you an application to test, as a tester, your first duty is to go through the FSDs or BRDs. Why? Because that is what this is called as. As you can see, this phase is common either for a developer or for a tester. Requirement phase and analysis phase is there, right? So this is very common for both developers and testers. That is what you have to do to understand your application first. So without requirement, without the FSDs, going through the FSDs or BRDs, you will not be able to tell whether a particular scenario is a successful scenario or a failure scenario. Okay, so that is what you're going to do. And then before you start testing, you will not straight away test something without a documentation. you're testing, if you're doing some tests without anything documented, without that being documented, that is, I have performed my testing on this one-way scenario, let us say. I clicked on this find plates button, it is giving some pop-up, or it is successfully going to the next page, whatever it is. Okay, I would say the application is working fine. That's it. I will perform all the scenarios. I will try each and every option that is present on this web page. I'll perform all the scenarios. I'll say the application is working fine. Is anyone going to take my word on it? No. In real time, okay, in real time, when you move into an organization, okay, nothing what you say matters. Everything should be documented. Okay, you cannot just simply go through the application, you cannot test it on your own and you can say that yes, I have tested the application and it is good to go. No one is going to accept that. Verbal communications are strictly ruled out. So then what we have to have, we need to have a document, okay, which says that, see, this is the scenario that I have executed, and this was the expected result, and this is the actual result we got. So the expected outcome and the actual outcome both were matching. So I am passing this test case. This is what they require. Okay, this is what they require. So what is the document called, where we are going to frame all our test case scenarios and where we are going to have all our expected outcomes, and then we are going to compare it with the actual outcomes. That is called as test case document. So before testing the application, let it be manual, let it be automation, it is a compulsion that you should definitely have a test case document. Without test case document in place, you are not going to start testing your application. So understand, for everyone who is new entirely for testing, okay, understand, okay, whenever someone gives you an application and asks you to start testing, directly we will not start testing the application. First thing is, we need to have the required documents, that is FSDs and BRDs. You need to know the functionality of the application. You'll go through the documents, understand the functionality, and then you will start preparing the test case document based on the functionality of the application, based on what you have, based on the client requirements that you have understood. You will start preparing a test case document. So how does a test case document look? A test case document looks like this. Okay, a test case document would look like this. So what will it have? Okay, it will have a test scenario. Okay, in brief, you are going to tell what is going to be the scenario, and this is precondition. That is, what is all that you are going to have. Okay, before testing that scenario, what all the things that you should have, that comes under precondition section. Then next is the test steps, actual result, and expected result. Expected result is something you, before framing the scenario itself, you will know what the expected result is, right? So that you will going to write in the expected result section. This actual result section, you will fill it once you execute this particular test case. So after that, what happens? You will try to match both these, expected and actual result. If both are same, then you will make the test case as pass, else you will fail the test case. This is how you are going to test any application going forward. What is the process of automation then? The process of converting these manual test cases, okay, into automation test scripts. That is, now what we are doing here, a human is interacting with all these test cases, right? He'll open the test case document, he will read the scenario, then he will open the web application, he will perform this particular test case on this web application, and then he will give his actual result in this actual result column, and then he will finally say whether the result is pass or fail based on whether these both are matching or not. So this he is performing manually. This the user is performing manually. That is why it is called as manual testing. Okay. For example, let us say this test case is converted into a test script where the tool is going to test this particular test case with the tool without the help of manual intervention. That is, a human is not working on this test case, but a tool is going to work on this test case. and it will provide you the result, whether it is pass or fail. That is nothing but automation. So now let me open the definition. What is actually automation? So if you see, the process of converting the manual test cases to test scripts with the help of some automation tool is called as automation. All right. So we need to, as I said, we need to have a test case document first in place. Let it be manual testing or automation testing. Okay, you will have a test case document in place, and then if it is automation, you are going to convert these manual test cases into automation test scripts. And then you are going to execute them. If it is manual testing, you will straight away read these steps, okay, and you will start executing it on the application by yourself. That is called manual testing. All right. So as you can see here, so we have discussed about test case document, how test case scenarios are, okay, how a live application is going to work, okay, so how you are going to execute test scenarios manually, okay. So introduction to Selenium, advantages of Selenium, what is functional and non-functional testing, different tools available for testing, all this, okay, I have covered as part of our previous sessions. As I said, in the video you will have elaborated discussion on each and every topic that I mentioned here, okay. So please go through the videos of the previous sessions, get in touch with my technical team immediately after this session. They will give you the videos links, okay, go through them, okay. So before we start our next session, please go through them, so that in our next session I will continue from where we have left, okay. So we have ended our last session at test script estimates, okay. So we will be starting our session from the test scripts estimate. So please go through the video, it is much clear. Go through the video, and if you have any doubts regarding the topics that I have discussed, okay, you can ask me in our next session, okay. So I'll be clarifying the doubts first, always the doubts will be clarified first, and then I will take up this session. All right. Okay guys, thank you for joining. So before we end up, you have any other doubts? The duration is going to be for 40 to 42 days max, okay, 40 to 42 days, and you will have only Sunday as holiday, okay. When I say Sunday, that is based on the Indian timings, okay. We have people joining from different uh, parts across the globe, so I'm just going to talk about Indian standard timings. So you convert it based on the region from where you are. All right. So based on the Indian standard timings, we have holiday only on Sunday. All the other days are working days, and we'll have class at the same time. That is 6:30 to 7:30. Okay, guys. Since I see that I do not see that there are any doubts. Okay. So if there are any other doubts, also you can ask me in our next session. So please go through the video as I said. Okay, guys. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining. I'll see you in the tomorrow's session.